Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, today we gather in reflection on a subject that strikes at the very core of our human experience: betrayal. It's something that none of us can escape. Whether it comes from a friend, a stranger, or even a loved one, betrayal can wound the soul in ways words cannot capture. But there's a unique pain when that betrayal comes from someone who was supposed to be by your side through thick and thin. Your very own flesh and blood. Your sibling. We are born into this world with the expectation of love, support, and a shared bond. A sibling should be your confidant, your partner, your protector. Yet, unfortunately, betrayal can creep into these relationships too. And when it does, it often cuts deeper than any other form of hurt. Today, we will look at 7 specific betrayals that no one should ever forgive from their siblings. Because forgiveness is not a blanket, but a truth of the heart. How many times have we faced a struggle, whether personal, spiritual, or emotional, and reached out to our siblings only to find them silent? Silence is a betrayal. When we reach out in pain, longing for understanding or compassion, and all we get in return is cold indifference, that silence becomes a betrayal of trust. Our siblings, above all others, should stand with us in our hour of need. And if they do not, their silence resounds louder than any words. Siblings should share not just possessions, but life itself. They should celebrate together and weep together. But how often do we see one sibling, driven by greed, take advantage of the other? Whether in matters of inheritance, family heirlooms, or even emotional support. When one sibling places their desires above the well-being of the other, they betray the sacred bond of family. Greed is a poison that destroys the unity God intended for us to have. It is a sad truth that sometimes, in moments of weakness or vulnerability, a sibling may choose to judge instead of love. Judgment, that harsh and unforgiving lens, turns a loving family member into a harsh critic. Instead of extending grace and understanding, some siblings will tear down, remind you of your failures, and stand on the high ground of superiority. This is a betrayal of the heart. We were never called to judge one another, but to support and uplift. Jealousy has destroyed more relationships than we care to count. When a sibling allows jealousy to take root in their heart, it twists their actions, their words, and their intentions. Rather than celebrating your achievements, they silently or sometimes openly resent you for your success. This is a betrayal of love, a spirit that divides rather than unites. Love bears all things, but envy divides all things. A sibling should never lie to you. In the quiet moments of life, in the things that matter most, truth should be the foundation of your relationship. But when lies slip in, whether to protect themselves, to hurt you, or to hide their own wrongdoings, they betray the most sacred of bonds. Lies have a destructive power, tearing apart trust that takes years to build. There is no place for deception between siblings. A lie is a breach of the trust that God calls us to hold dear. To be abandoned by a sibling, whether emotionally, physically, or spiritually, is one of the deepest wounds of all. When life gets hard, when the storms of the world rage against you, you expect your siblings to stand by you. But how many times do we hear stories of siblings who turn their backs, who leave you to face your battles alone? Abandonment is the ultimate betrayal. God calls us to stand by one another in all things, not to walk away when things get difficult. Above all, a sibling should never treat you with disrespect or contempt. It is a betrayal to dishonor you, to belittle you, or to look down upon you. This spirit of contempt is like a cancer that eats away at the family's unity. We are called to love one another with humility, with kindness, and with respect, no matter the situation. But when that respect is stripped away, the relationship is shattered. Now, some of you may be wondering, but what about forgiveness? Shouldn't I forgive these hurts? And to that, I say this: forgiveness is a command, but not a blanket for every betrayal. The truth is, there are times when you cannot forget these wounds. There are moments when the betrayal is so deep, so intentional, that to forgive would be to dishonor the pain it caused. You do not have to forgive every betrayal, especially if it continues to wound you. Forgiveness is a process, a journey that must be walked carefully. But, my friends, we must also remember that forgiveness is not forgetting. It is the choice to release the hold the betrayal has on our hearts. It is the decision to no longer let the hurt of the past control the peace of the present. And it is always done with a heart turned toward healing, not just for the one who betrayed you, but for you as well. So today, as we reflect on these betrayals, let us ask ourselves, will we allow these hurts to define us, or will we rise above them with the strength that comes from God? Will we forgive as He forgives? Will we walk in the light of His truth, even when the darkness of betrayal seeks to pull us down in the end? It's not about forgetting the betrayals, but about living a life that rises above them, just as Christ did when He was betrayed by those closest to Him. That is the example we are called to follow. We are more than the betrayals of the past. We are God's children, called to love and to heal no matter the cost. God bless you all. Life is full of challenges, and sometimes those challenges come in the form of betrayal. When the very people we trust, the ones closest to us, the ones we call family, turn their backs on us, it can feel like the world is crashing down. But it's in these moments of darkness that we must rise, for it is in adversity that our true strength is forged. The pain of betrayal can be overwhelming, but we must not let it define us. Instead, we must allow it to refine us, to shape us into something stronger and more resilient than we were before. Betrayal from those closest to us is a wound that goes deep. It's one thing to be hurt by a stranger, someone you don't know, but when it's a sibling, a person who was supposed to have your back through thick and thin, the pain is almost unbearable. We expect them to be our allies, our partners in this journey of life. They were there when we were children, and we believed they always would be. But when betrayal strikes, it doesn't just affect our relationship with that individual. It shakes our foundation, the very trust we place in people. It's easy to feel like you've been forsaken, like you're alone in the world. But let me tell you this, betrayal does not have the power to define who you are unless you let it. Each of us has been given the power to rise above, to take the blows life gives us and turn them into stepping stones to something greater. That's not to say it's easy. It's not. There will be days when you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. There will be nights when you lie awake, replaying the moments of betrayal in your mind, asking yourself how it happened, why it happened, and wondering what went wrong. Those questions may never have clear answers. But you must find the strength within yourself to rise, to move forward, and to not let that betrayal become the final chapter of your story. One of the most powerful things we can do in the face of betrayal is to refuse to be broken by it. It's easy to fall into bitterness, to let anger consume you, and to hold on to the pain. But doing so only keeps us chained to the past. It prevents us from moving forward. Forgiveness is not about excusing the wrong, nor is it about forgetting the hurt. It is about choosing to let go of the power that betrayal holds over you. It is a declaration that you will not allow the actions of another to dictate your peace, your future, or your happiness. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, a way of releasing the burden of resentment and freeing your heart from the chains of pain. But forgiveness doesn't mean you have to forget. It doesn't mean you have to trust that person again immediately or in the same way. Trust is something that, once broken, takes time to rebuild. But forgiveness allows you to release the grip that betrayal has on your heart. It allows you to move on with your life, unburdened by the weight of the past. And that's where your power lies, in your ability to choose to let go, to rise above, and to reclaim your peace. Now, it's important to remember that our journey through betrayal isn't a straight path. There will be setbacks, moments where the pain feels too much to bear. It's natural to grieve, to feel anger, sadness, or even fear. But it's also important to remember that these emotions are temporary. They are part of the healing process. Just like a wound that needs time to heal, your heart needs time to mend after it's been broken. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace, just as you would give grace to others. Healing is not linear, and it's okay to take the time you need to process, to grieve, and to grow. During this time, it's vital to surround yourself with people who will lift you up. We often turn inward when we're hurt, but isolation only deepens the wound. You don't have to go through this alone. Lean on those who truly care about you, those who will stand by your side and remind you of who you are. Remember, betrayal can make us question our worth, but it does not define us. Our worth is not dependent on the actions of others. It is inherent within us, a reflection of who we are and who we are becoming. Surround yourself with people who will remind you of that. And in those moments when it feels like everything is falling apart, when you feel betrayed and abandoned, it's crucial to hold on to hope. Hope is what keeps us going when everything else seems to crumble. Hope is the belief that there is something greater waiting for us on the other side of this pain. It's the knowledge that while betrayal may have knocked us down, it hasn't defeated us. We may bend, but we will not break. We will rise again. The road to healing and growth is not easy, but it is possible. Every setback, every betrayal, every painful moment is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more compassionate. You may not have chosen the pain you've experienced, but you do have the power to choose how you respond. And in that choice, you have the power to transform your pain into purpose, your hurt into healing, and your betrayal into a lesson of strength and grace. Remember, you are not defined by what others do to you. You are defined by how you respond. Your character, your strength, and your resilience are built in the hardest moments of your life. You are not alone in your pain, and you are not without hope. Stand tall, trust in the process of healing, and know that you are capable of rising above the pain. No betrayal, no matter how deep, has the power to take away the incredible strength that resides within you. It's time to reclaim your peace, your power, and your future. The best is yet to come. Keep moving forward, and let your light shine brighter than ever before. In the journey of life, one of the most profound challenges we will inevitably face is the pain of betrayal. It's something that can shake us to our core, make us question everything we believe to be true, and often leave us feeling lost and uncertain about the future. Betrayal doesn't just come from strangers. It comes from the people we trust the most, those we think would never hurt us. It can be a friend, a partner, or even someone within our own family, and when it happens, it feels like the ground beneath us has been ripped away. But it's in these moments, when we're at our lowest, that we have an incredible opportunity for growth and transformation. Betrayal, no matter how painful, doesn't have to define us. It's a deep wound, yes, but it's also a catalyst for change. It's easy to feel helpless in the wake of betrayal, to want to retreat and never trust anyone again. But to do so would be to allow the betrayal to take control over your life. When someone betrays us, they may steal our trust, but they cannot take away our ability to heal, to learn, and to rise above. That power is always ours to reclaim. The first step in overcoming betrayal is recognizing that the hurt we feel is valid. It's okay to feel angry, sad, confused, or even devastated. These emotions are natural, and they are part of the process of healing. It's important to allow yourself to feel them, because it's through these feelings that we begin to understand the depth of the pain. But we must not let those feelings control us. We must not let anger become bitterness or grief become despair. Our emotions, as powerful as they are, should never dictate the direction of our lives. We must always take the reins back into our hands and decide that we will not let betrayal steal our future. One of the most powerful tools we have in moving beyond betrayal is the practice of forgiveness. Now, forgiveness does not mean excusing the hurtful actions of others or pretending that the pain didn't happen. Forgiveness is about releasing the hold that the betrayal has on us. It's about freeing our hearts from the chains of resentment and bitterness that can keep us stuck in the past. When we choose to forgive, we choose to stop letting the betrayal control us. We choose to let go of the anger, the regret, the pain, and move forward. Forgiveness is not a favor we do for the person who hurt us. It's a gift we give ourselves. It's a choice to take back our peace, to reclaim our power, and to move on from the past. But forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. We must remember that forgiveness is a process, not an instant fix. Sometimes, the wound of betrayal is so deep that it takes time to heal. It's okay to take that time. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly fine. The important thing is to stay committed to the process, to keep moving forward even when it feels like we'll never be able to trust again, never be able to love again, or never be able to hope again. The process of healing is gradual, but each step you take moves you closer to a place of freedom. While forgiveness is key, we must also remember to protect our hearts. When someone betrays us, it can be easy to feel vulnerable and exposed. It can make us want to shut ourselves off from others, to put up walls and refuse to let anyone get close. But this is another trap we must avoid. Isolation may feel safe in the short term, but it only prolongs our healing and keeps us locked in a cycle of pain. We must allow ourselves to be vulnerable again, to trust again, but we must do so wisely. Trust is a precious gift, and it should be given only to those who have shown themselves worthy of it. Protecting our hearts doesn't mean building walls around them, but rather setting healthy boundaries that allow us to love without being consumed by the pain of the past. In the aftermath of betrayal, we also have an opportunity to learn and grow. It's easy to fall into the trap of victimhood, to let the hurt define us and dictate the course of our lives. But that's not the path we are meant to walk. We are not defined by the betrayals we experience, but by how we respond to them. Life will always present us with challenges, some big and some small, but it's how we face those challenges that determines the person we become. We must ask ourselves, what can I learn from this experience? How can this pain make me stronger? How can this betrayal teach me to be more compassionate, more understanding, and more resilient? It may take time to see the lessons in the midst of the pain, but if we stay open to the process, we will emerge stronger on the other side. Pain and hardship are not just obstacles, they are opportunities to grow, to expand, and to become more of who we are meant to be. Through our struggles, we discover strength we never knew we had. We tap into resilience that comes from deep within. And we come out the other side with a deeper understanding of who we are, what we value, and what we're capable of. One of the most important things to remember is that no matter what happens in life, you are never alone. Even when it feels like the world has turned against you, there are always people who care, people who love you, and people who will stand by your side. Reach out to those people. Allow them to support you. Let their love be a reminder that not everyone will betray you, and that there is still goodness in the world. Sometimes we get so caught up in the betrayal that we forget to see the love that's right in front of us. Don't make that mistake. Lean into the people who uplift you, and let their strength help guide you through the darkest moments. May never be able to change the past or undo the betrayal, but you have complete control over your future. The pain of the past may always be a part of your story, but it doesn't have to be the defining chapter. You can choose how your story unfolds from here. You can choose to rise, to heal, and to become the person you were always meant to be, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than you ever thought possible. And that's the beauty of it all. No matter what happens to you, you have the power to rise above, to move forward, and to create a life that is filled with purpose, love, and peace. So as you face the challenges that life throws your way, remember this: you are capable of overcoming anything. No matter how deep the wound, no matter how hard the battle, you have within you the strength to rise, to heal, and to live a life filled with hope and grace. Keep moving forward and trust that even in the most difficult times, you are being shaped into the person you were always meant to be. Your story is not finished, and the best is yet to come. Life has a way of throwing challenges at us that sometimes feel insurmountable. In those moments when everything seems to be going wrong, we can easily feel defeated, like the world is against us, and the pain is too much to bear. But it is in these very moments when we are pushed to the edge that we discover the true power of resilience and strength within ourselves. It's easy to walk through life when everything is going smoothly, when the sun is shining and the path ahead is clear. But the real test of our character, our grit, and our ability to rise above comes when the storms hit, when the path is obscured by obstacles, and when we are confronted with adversity that challenges us at the deepest level. This is when we must remind ourselves that we have the power to rise above, to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems impossible. It's in those dark moments that we must remember that growth never happens in the comfort zone. We can't become who we are meant to be without the struggles, the challenges, and yes, the pain. It's through the trials that we discover who we truly are and what we are capable of. When life tests us, it's not a sign of our weakness. It's an invitation to tap into an inner strength we may not even know we have. It's like a muscle that needs to be stretched and challenged to grow stronger. The strength you're searching for is already within you, waiting to be unlocked by the challenges that come your way. When faced with adversity, the temptation is often to give up. We want to quit when the road gets tough, to retreat from the battle, and take shelter from the storm. But it's in those moments when we feel like quitting that we must dig deeper. That's when the real test of our willpower and determination begins. You see, success isn't reserved for the people who never face obstacles. Success belongs to those who refuse to quit, even when everything inside them tells them to do so. The key to success is not in avoiding challenges, but in how we respond to them. Will we allow ourselves to be defeated, or will we rise up with courage and determination and keep moving forward no matter what? It's easy to get discouraged when progress seems slow or when the rewards seem far off. We often want instant results, but life rarely works that way. True growth is gradual, and the journey to success is often long and arduous. But it's in this process that we become stronger, more resilient, and more capable of handling whatever comes our way. Every small victory, every step forward, is a part of the greater picture. We must learn to trust the process, even when the results are not immediately visible. Trust that the work you are putting in today will pay off tomorrow. Trust that the effort you are making, even when it feels like no one is watching, is shaping your future and preparing you for the success that lies ahead. In moments of struggle, we can often find ourselves questioning our worth, our purpose, and our ability to succeed. When the world seems to be falling apart, it's easy to lose sight of our potential. But it's in these moments of doubt that we must remind ourselves of who we are. You are stronger than you realize. You have a purpose greater than the obstacles you face. You were born with a unique set of gifts and talents that only you can bring to the world. When you face adversity, remember that it's not an indication of your limitations. It's a chance to prove to yourself what you are truly capable of. Don't let the temporary setbacks define you. Instead, let them fuel your drive to keep going. Every successful person has faced hardship, failure, and rejection. What separates them from those who give up is their refusal to quit. They keep going, even when it seems like there's no way forward. One of the most powerful things we can do in the face of challenges is to shift our perspective. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, we must learn to see them as opportunities for growth. Every setback is an opportunity to learn, to become better, to sharpen our skills, and to refine our character. When we change our perspective, we stop seeing challenges as threats and start seeing them as stepping stones on the path to success. Embrace the struggles, for they are the very things that will shape you into the person you need to be to achieve your goals. There is no growth without discomfort. There is no progress without pushing through the pain. And there is no success without perseverance. And then, of course, there's the power of belief. Belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. If you don't believe you can overcome the challenges in front of you, then you'll never be able to. Belief is the fuel that propels us forward when everything else seems to be against us. When we believe in ourselves, we find the courage to keep going even when we doubt our own abilities. It's this belief in our own potential that gives us the strength to rise above the hardest challenges. If you want to succeed, you must first believe that you are worthy of success. You must believe that no matter how many times you fall, you can get back up and keep going. You must believe that your dreams are worth fighting for, and that you have everything it takes to make them a reality. When you believe in yourself, there's no obstacle too big, no challenge too great. You become unstoppable. So when life gets tough, when the path is unclear, when the storm feels like it will never end, remember this: you are stronger than you think. The strength, the resilience, the power to rise above is already within you. You just have to believe it, trust it, and keep moving forward. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow, to become the best version of yourself. Don't let fear or doubt control you. Let them push you to become more, to do more, and to be more. The road to success is not easy, but it's worth it. Every setback, every failure, and every challenge is a part of your story, and that story is far from over. Keep writing it. Keep fighting. Keep believing in yourself. The best is yet to come. Life isn't about avoiding difficulties. It's about embracing them with the confidence that you can overcome anything. When you rise above your challenges, you not only become stronger, you become the person you were always meant to be. So never give up, No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many times you fall, always get back up. You have everything you need to succeed within you. Keep moving forward. In life, it's not the difficulties that define us, but the way we respond to them. We all face moments of hardship, times when the world seems to be working against us, when the weight of challenges feels unbearable. In those moments, it can be easy to lose hope, to question our strength, or even wonder if we're capable of making it through. But it's precisely in those times that we must remember one powerful truth: adversity doesn't break us, it shapes us. It molds our character, strengthens our resolve, and reveals our true potential. It is through facing and overcoming challenges that we grow into the person we were always meant to become. Every obstacle, every setback, and every struggle is an opportunity to prove to ourselves that we are stronger than we ever thought possible. In those moments of doubt, when the road ahead seems unclear, we must tap into the resilience within us and push forward step by step. The power to overcome adversity lies within each of us. It is not found in avoiding the challenges or seeking an easy path. It is found in how we respond when life demands the most from us. We must refuse to be defeated. Instead, we must rise again and again, knowing that every time we rise, we become stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. It's easy to get discouraged when the journey feels long and the results seem distant. In a world where instant gratification is often the norm, we can lose sight of the importance of patience and perseverance. But true success, the kind that lasts, is built over time. It's forged in the fires of struggle, shaped by the effort we put in when no one is watching, and tempered by the lessons we learn along the way. The key to lasting success isn't just about talent or luck. It's about the ability to stay the course, even when the going gets tough. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. And every time you face a challenge and rise above it, you are one step closer to your goal. Success is not a destination. It's a journey, and every moment of struggle is part of the path that leads you there. When we face challenges, it's easy to feel isolated, to believe that no one understands what we're going through, or that we're alone in our pain. But we must remind ourselves that we are never alone in our struggles. Every person who has ever achieved anything meaningful has faced adversity. Every person who has ever made a lasting impact on the world has endured hardship. We are part of a larger story, one where each challenge we face is a chapter in the journey toward greatness. It's important to remember that the people who succeed are not those who avoid failure, but those who keep going despite it. We must refuse to allow our challenges to isolate us or make us feel like we are not worthy of success. Instead, we must reach out for support, lean on those who care about us, and remember that we are all in this together. Our strength is not only found within, but in the relationships we build, the support we offer each other, and the collective determination to rise above the obstacles we face. One of the most powerful things we can do in the face of adversity is to choose our mindset. It's easy to fall into a victim mentality, to believe that we have no control over our circumstances, and to feel hopeless when things go wrong. But the truth is, we always have a choice in how we view our challenges. We can choose to see them as insurmountable obstacles, or we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth. We can choose to believe that we are defeated, or we can choose to believe that we are stronger than anything life throws our way. It's our mindset that determines how we navigate through difficulty. If we choose to see obstacles as opportunities, if we choose to believe in our own strength and resilience, we become unstoppable. We must train our minds to see beyond the immediate pain, to trust that every setback is part of the larger journey, and to hold on to the belief that we are capable of achieving what we set out to accomplish.